Welcome to Mind Mechanics Simplified. My name is Oswald, and here we take a deep dive into the subconscious mind to explore how it affects performance in every area of life. So join us as we look at the psychology behind peak performance and how you can literally unlock your fullest potential. Let's go. And on today's episode, we're going to be talking about the power of belief. So let's dive into it. So prior to 1954, right, it was seen as impossible to run a mile in under 4 minutes. The human body was said to be, incapable of doing that. But on May the 6th, 1954, a British gentleman, Bannister, ran it under 4 minutes, 3 minutes, 59.4 seconds to be precise. But the beautiful thing that happened there was, after he did it, he obviously against all odds and all the naysayers and everything, a year after, an Australian gentleman ran that and also did it under 4 minutes. As years passed, he had a floodgate. Pretty much was like the floodgate was open, and a lot more people have hit that record and even broken it. My question to you is, what happened? Was it because we really could not run it under 3 minutes, under 4 minutes rather? What changed? Why did all of a sudden, after that first man documented to have done it, did it, the second man did it under a year, and then a lot of more people have done it? What really was the difference? There is a concept in psychology called self-efficacy, and it's linked to, look at the word efficacy, efficacious. It just refers to a thing having the ability to do the thing that it's meant to do. So if you say a drug, for example, is efficacious, it means it can deliver. It would have the effect that you're taking it for. Self-efficacy is believing that you have what it takes to be able to achieve what you set your heart to do, and that is tied to belief. The word belief. What happened with the athletes or the athletic world was the fact that when that first man did that, the first documented man to do that, did it. Oh wow, it's possible. Oh wow, we could do it. He did it. And it didn't take long. A year after, the Australian did it. And then, a lot more people have done it. The thing called belief is very, very key. Self-efficacy says you believe that you have what it takes to be able to achieve that goal. And therefore, you will take actions towards that. You will make advancement in that direction because you believe that you have what it takes. A lot of people don't reach their goals, don't hit their performance target because they truly do not believe that they have what it takes. The two things, there's one, they don't believe that it's possible, first of all. What had happened in the world of athletics before that was the fact that people did not even believe that it was true. Whatever Bannister did, whatever mind hack he did, whatever brainwashing he did to believe that if I push myself I can do it, he did it. But what he also did was he opened the floodgates for whoever was able to believe that it was possible. And guess what? They did it. My question to you is, that thing that you're trying to achieve, that thing you're trying to manifest, you're trying to bring into reality, whatever it is, be you a sportsman, be you an entrepreneur, be you whatever it is that you do you believe that, first of all, it's possible to achieve it? That it's possible in the realm of possibilities? Secondly, do you believe that you have what it takes to achieve it? Because the truth is, you will always reflect, you will always produce results of the things that you believe as truth about the situation and about yourself. You will see people who can believe something for other people. That guy, I don't know. When you look at his physique, you can tell that he can beat that. He can beat that record. What about yourself? Come on, mate. Look at me. Do I look like I can? Yes, they have belief, but they can believe for someone else, but not for themselves. They have negative self-efficacy. My question to you is, what do you believe as truth concerning that thing? Because if you don't believe that it's possible, I don't care how long you train for. I don't care, what you do. You will always produce the result of what you believe as truth. Even the Bible says it. Believe and you shall receive. You cannot walk in the light of the things that you don't believe as possible. You have chat with some people, they want some, right? But the inside of them believe, their core belief is, it's too big for me to have, or it's too good for me to have. So they're working towards it, but the thing of, let's just try, we're just trying to see how it works out, but really, we might not really get that, and that's how a lot of people go through life. You don't believe it's good, you're good enough for it. Then why go? Why try? Why waste your time? Because you're never going to get it anyway. Whatever you believe as truth concerning the situation and whatever you believe as truth concerning yourself is what you will reflect on the outside. Is what you're going to work towards. Is what you're going to take action towards, whether you like it or not. It's called a subconscious programming. Whether you like it or not, you'll just react like a thermostat in a room, right? If a thermostat is set at, say, 18 degrees, it don't matter what you do. You turn it up, you turn the heating up, you open the windows, whatever it is, it will always regulate itself back to 18 degrees. Give it time. People win the lottery, make so much money, but their financial thermostat is set at a certain amount. They lose everything and come back to that same place where they are set at until there's a tweaking of the financial thermostat, of the mental thermostat. You would never go above the things that you believe as truth. So ask yourself the question, what do I believe about this thing that I'm looking to achieve? I want to make a certain amount of money, by the end of the year. Do you believe that as truth? Is your mind able to comprehend it? I remember working with a few clients a few years ago, and these were students. These were master students at the time. And I'd said, let's put down what grade would you like to come out with, finish with. We worked through it, a few tools with them. And when we had a recap after they had their results come through, one of the things that struck me was one of the ladies that said, Coach, when you said it that day, I wrote it down. I said first class. I said, this was what I want to get, but I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe that it was possible for me. So what I had to do was I brought down my expectations. So instead of a first class, now I brought it down to, not a second class. What do you call it now? Not a first class. The next one, is it merit or something? But she lowered the bar because that was what her faith could carry. That's what she could believe as truth. Lo and behold, what she believed as truth was what she got. It's like a thermostat. You would never go beyond it. Oh, what can I do? I'm going to talk about that in subsequent podcasts. But you can start to reprogram. That's why it's called the reprogramming, because what you have currently is a programming. The way you think, what you believe as truth is a programming. You've been programmed over time, maybe based on how you've grown up, where you were born, the kind of environment, the kind of experiences you've had. These are programmings, and you will never live beyond the programmings that you have. It's a programming. You can't believe outside of it. Because you can't believe outside of it, guess what? You cannot act outside of that. Or why do you act a certain way? Because that's what you believe as truth. That's what you believe is the right way to act. One of the reasons why I don't get upset with people a lot of times is because when they've done something, that was their understanding of truth, of correct, of rightness. So way to help them is, if you thought it was wrong, then, oh, you know what? I thought that was not wrong. Look, this is how to look at it. Instead of getting upset, because they thought what they were doing. I mean, you would think as a reasonable person, the person acted on based off of what they thought was truth. You are always going to act off of what you think is truth, concerning your goals, concerning the things that you want to achieve. So ask yourself, what do I really believe about this thing? And start to make changes. If your belief is not in alignment with what you're looking to achieve, then start to make changes. Like I said, start to reprogram your mind. Start to reprogram your mind. If it's not in alignment. But we'll talk about that in subsequent podcasts, but I'll stop here. The power of belief is a thing. The power of self-efficacy is a thing. What do you believe about yourself? Do you believe that you have the ability to do everything that you said you had to do? If you don't, unfortunately, that goal, it's gonna be a rat race. I'm gonna drop it here. My name is Oswald again, and it was lovely having you on here. Please don't forget to like, share, and also indeed subscribe. Catch you all later.